All right. Why two Supreme Court justices played a violent video game to help decide a major case.
What video game did they play?
Postal 2. Oof. One of the most controversially
violent
video games of all time.
Yeah.
Was probably banned in like Australia.
I think it was banned in a couple of countries.
Yeah.
Was it banned in the States? No.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's the States.
It's the States.
Let's be honest here.
America.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, we had a lot of big and important people saying that video games lead to violence. And
Jack Thompson.
yeah. And the examples given were Grand Theft Auto.
Always.
And Postal.
Yeah.
Those were two of the big cases.
Wasn't there one more game?
Probably. Manhunt, yes. Manhunt was also...
No, it wasn't recent. Like, it was an over-the-view game where you were, like, basically just a psychopath. And
Manhunt.
Manhunt?
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
one.
no, he's talking about the recent
Hatred.
game.
Yeah.
Hatred. Oh, okay.
That
yeah,
game
that
was
too. It's
designed just to piss people off.
It's
So they can make money.
controversial, but having played it, it's a
You played
really...
Hatred?
Yeah, it's a really bad top-down shoot 'em all.
Oh, it's a terrible game.
It's not even good.
Yeah,
Anyways.
games do this.
And like it's nothing.
They just tried playing off the hype of the shit that they were gonna get because of the fact that
Exactly.
you're basically playing just a homicidal murderer who just wants to go on a killing spree.
But it's
But why did they play the game? Like, what
Why did they play the game?
play
Like,
it?
what was
So-
the case about?
Let's check. So, let's see. There's a lot of
Text.
text. God, there's so much text.
Okay, so I mean,
Well, I guess they want to understand.
I would love to know what the result was of this. Like, they played this video game
so
to
like
see how they felt afterwards. I guess maybe.
Oh yeah, I did read something. One of them said that although he played it, it didn't do anything for him. Like it had no effect on one of the
His
judges
mood,
on
yeah.
his mood.
Yeah.
Another one said he felt like kind of uncomfortable during the play.
Uncomfortable
but
fine.
otherwise nothing.
Yeah.
Like you don't have any homicidal tendencies.
No.
Like
Yeah. It takes somebody of an incredibly unstable mental capacity
to start with.
as a base.
Yes.
In order to be affected in that way by something like a
So
violent
I
game.
think from what they're saying here is they've played the video game, which is Postal 2, and tried to see if they would feel any different, if they would have like homicidal
Well,
tendencies.
of course they won't.
And no, of course they didn't.
like they're sane people.
Because they're sane people, and this comes from a game which you're in first person, so you're in the killer's eyes, and you like torture
Postal,
people, you shoot people in their kneecaps, and then just like set them on fire.
Yeah.
So, and it's an extremely violent video game, but in no ways did it affect them by giving them like, I'm gonna go kill somebody.
Well, it's a game. Like you would really have to be lacking the screw up there.
Yeah.
If playing a game and doing those actions would trigger some sort of psychosis effect on you.
And anytime there's a big new media, like comic books in the early 70s, it was like, oh, comic books are the devil's work.
Yeah.
Comic books.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just video games is going through that phase. It's
Exactly.
still in that phase, but it's starting to die down a little now, I think.
It is dying down a lot.
Mainstream.
In fact, it's starting to be. They're starting to prove that it has the opposite effect in many cases, where a person who's aggravated. I had seen this in an article somewhere, a medical journal article, that they did tests that kids with very aggressive tendencies or very like a tendency to get kind of angry fast or very impatient kids and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if they make them play, I think it was 15 or 20 minutes of video games, and they would be less likely to get aggravated with their
They're
mom.
taking out their anger on
their
something
outlets.
that doesn't feel on a program.
Yeah.
And I know I've been angry at a lot of things and people in my life, and after playing video games, I was like, okay, I feel better now.
Because you have an outlet.
You have an
100%.
outlet.
Well-
Like, I draw and I play video games. Those are my two outlets.
It makes sense, and everybody has a different outlet.
Exactly.
Video games are not for everybody,
Yeah.
but for a lot of people, video games works. You know.
Yeah. So I just want to read a quick thing that happens in the game.
Sure.
torturing images of young girls, setting them on fire, and bashing their brains out with a shovel for no reason other than to accumulate more points in the game. In one scene in Postal 2, the player, who sees through the eyes of the shooter, looks through a scope on an assault rifle and sees a very realistic image of a person's face. And this is a very old game, so realistic is...
It's like kind of flat with a big texture.
yeah, pretty much.
These are GoldenEye
Kind of removes
graphics.
the credibility a little
Kind
bit.
of.
Yeah.
GoldenEye N64 graphics, like that kind
No,
of thing.
Oh,
A bit-
that's a little better
A
than
bit
that.
better, a bit better I think.
I like Max Payne.
Okay.
The player then shoots the victim in the kneecap. As the player watches the victim attempt to crawl away, moaning in pain, the player pours gasoline on the victim and lights him on fire. As the burning victim continues to crawl, the player urinates on the victim and says, "That's the ticket." After noting that it smells like chicken, the player again looks at the victim through the scope on the gun and again sees a realistic human face on fire crawling towards them. That must have been like insane back in the day.
You know what the tagline was for Postal 2?
What?
Ever have that kind of day?
Yes.
All you need is a really bad day, as the Joker would say.
Oh man.
Yeah, so the
Wow,
player
that
then
sounds
shoots the
brutal.
victim in the face, which turns into a charred remnant of a human image. In another scene, the player hits a woman in the face with a shovel, causing blood to gush out from her face. As she cries out and kneels down, the player hits her twice more with a shovel, this time decapitating her. The player then proceeds to hit the headless corpse several more times, each time propelling the headless corpse through the air while it continues to bleed. Now, this is a scene in the game, and I know I would feel uneasy doing this because I am a sane person.
Do you have to do all this yourself, or is it just a cutscene?
I
really want that to
doesn't
be a cutscene.
say- I'm pretty sure it's
Like
a
I'm
cutscene.
okay with like killing imaginary people with a gun and on an imaginary
Yes.
planet
Yes.
while I'm trying to defeat the Hive. Playing a lot of Destiny right now, don't judge.
Yeah.
But like I don't know about like burning a young
No.
girl alive and then shooting
Like,
her in the face while I decapitate her parent or whatever and then
The best example I can
beat
give.
her decapitated body with a fucking shovel.
Exactly. Because it dehumanizes the person, right?
Mhm.
And you as a player, like,
I'm
I
not that
don't
kind
wanna
of-
play that.
I'm not that
character.
kind of person. You just play it for, to get frustration out, whatever.
Right.
I don't even
And-
know if that's like I think that's like a level beyond though getting
Yes.
frustration out. You know, like
If you're
I've
getting
always
enjoyment
known-
out of this,
yeah,
you're kind of a
so,
sick bastard.
They should use this to test people before they enter like the army or like the police force.
They should. That would be actually very interesting.
Yeah.
It's like, so what did you think about that?
But you make
Oh,
a
it
good
was
point.
fun.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not gonna work out.
The door's there.
You can leave.
But you make a good point, Ren. Seriously though, because as you said, it dehumanizes the person. Because when you play these like shooter games,
Yeah.
you're in the role of the hero
Yeah.
most of the time, anyways,
Yeah.
right? So you're playing the hero. Your actions have a direct impact on the story and the good of the whole,
Yeah.
right? Whereas in Postal, you're not even an anti-hero.
No.
You're literally playing the villain.
You are the villain. And
and
it's just to accumulate points. That's the goal of the game.
Right.
You accumulate points.
you are chaotic evil.
Yes. There you go.
That-
Speaking
You
of
got it.
D&D.
I
There
got
you
it.
go.
Yes, finally.
Yay! So the best example I can give in recent memory is playing Grand Theft Auto 5. And there's a scene where a guy gets tortured.
Yes,
There's always-
And
I
that was
yes.
like
tortured.
the controversial scene in the game.
Which is not really that
It's not
bad
really
of a scene.
controversial, but when your character beats up this guy, I was feeling very bad for the guy again being honest.
Well, GTA also looks a lot better than Postal.
It
too.
does, but like the things you do to that person,
Yeah,
like
you're
you
waterboarding him.
You're waterboarding him.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, you have like this huge ass English like cutter, and you
like a
just
hedge
like
cutter?
yeah,
Bolt
you
cutter?
just smack them in the knee and in the balls,
Oh.
and there's like huge blood everywhere on his pants.
Oh.
And when that's and you electrocute his memories too.
Oh.
Like, zzz,
Good
okay, are you
times.
gonna talk? No. Zzz, are you gonna talk? Okay, maybe. But
That just reminds me
The
of
whole time, I'm
reminds
like,
me
just
of
talk,
Archer.
just say it.
yeah, exactly. The whole time you're rooting for that person being tortured to talk, because you want to stop that. And the worst part is, once your character is done torturing the guy, he gives him a lift to the airport.
To
Like,
the where?
all right, man. So no hard feelings, huh? And just takes him over the shoulder and helps him walk and puts him in the Jeep and closes the door and just drives and talks to the guy. I don't know about you.
Like it never happened.
But
I think one of the characters in GTA, it's the bald dude who does that. No?
Yeah, Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor.
Yeah, I've never played GTA 5, but I feel like he's kind of a bit of a sociopath.
He is.
He is.
Yeah, he is.
He's like, he's
And he's
clearly-
Canadian too.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Why'd they make
We're
the
not all like
Canadian?
that.
Why'd they make the
We're not all like
Canadian the
that.
sociopath?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it's funny.
If
Because
anything,
someone
we'll be
says.
sorry about everything.
Because someone
I disagree with that, so that's,
yeah.
that's enough of
We're
that.
like some of the nicest people. They always joke how every time we always apologize for everything. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, but like we didn't cause it, but we're still apologizing
Yeah,
for the
for
other
sure.
person.
We actually do
Just
that.
grab your hammer.
We don't-
Oh, I'm sorry. Did that hurt? Let me try again. Oh, I'm sorry. There's a little bit of blood.
But to wrap this all up, I think games like this should be played by more people, like from judges and whatnot, so that they understand that the game doesn't make the
I
person
feel
violent.
as though it's not important anymore because the criticism that gaming has gone through over the last 10, 15 years is coming
It's
to an
dying
end.
down?
It's coming to an end. And people are starting to see far more of the positives than the negatives. It's being used in more and more medical treatments. It's being used in more and more rehabilitations, training from A to Z in all kinds of different jobs. I don't think I think gaming has breached that barrier already, and there's just kind of still some naysayers here and there, left and right. But if a game like GTA 5 where you're torturing some guy, and I didn't even hear that this was a scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Obviously, it's not making that huge of a splash anymore. People are just like, it's a video game.
Yeah.
It's like some guy getting his face bashed in with a like you see his face getting bashed in with a fire hydrant in a movie called Irreversible, and it's just you're watching this guy get his freaking face bashed in, but it's just like
You know, it's fiction.
it's fiction because it's a movie, so you know. So now people are making that connection with video games.
Okay, yeah, there we go. And it's about time.
Finally.
Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, press the like button down below, subscribe, go check out our Facebook at Too Much Sugar Films and our Twitter at TMS_films. So here's more episodes over here, and thanks for watching.